All right. So if you would like to grab two blocks, we might use them towards the end. You'll kind of see if that feels right in your body to move a little bit deeper into some stuff. You might use the blocks, you might not. I'm going to show you with blocks just because that way, if you feel like going for it, you can. And then if you want to follow along with my playlist, I will be using Full of Dreams. If you want to go ahead and get that queued up. And then let's meet in child's pose. Come to touch. Your knees come out to the side edges of your mat. And then sit your hips back towards your heels. Reach your arms forward and let your chest drape down towards the ground. And then go ahead and close down your eyes. Relax your jaw. Let it wiggle side to side for a moment, and then slide your shoulder blades down your upper back. And when you're ready, exhale completely. Let all the breath out. And then on your inhale, allow for your belly to press into the tops of your thighs, for your backside ribs to open and lift towards the sky. And then exhale to release it, let it go. Inhale through your nose. Let your breath rise. It travels all the way up your spine. And then exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Two more just like that. Inhale all the way to full capacity with your lungs. Open mouth, sigh it out. Inhale. And exhale. Now on your inhale, lift up just enough so that you can tuck your toes underneath you. And on the exhale, sit your hips back towards your heels. So now you're in a tuck-toed child's pose. Your legs are theoretically parallel rather than angled, knees out. Just gotta feel that out for yourself. And then start to stretch all the fascia between your toe petals and the ball mounds of your feet. And then moving into some undulations of the spine. Go ahead and exhale completely here. On your inhale, lift up and shift forward. There's a slight tucking of your tail as you round through your upper back. Take your elbows out in front of your wrists, and then exhale, bend your elbows, come all the way down, pubic bone and toenails to the earth. And then inhale, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. And exhale to your tuck-toed child's pose, hips to your heels, arms full. Inhale, lift, shift yourself forward. And then exhale, come all the way down to your belly. Inhale, roll your shoulders back to lift. And exhale, hips to your heels. Two more just like that. Inhale, lift, shift it forward. And exhale, come all the way down. Inhale to Bhujangasana, your cobra pose. And exhale your hips to your heels. Last one. Inhale, lift and shift it forward. And exhale, come all the way down. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, broaden through your collarbones. And then exhale, take your hips to your heels, tuck your toes. Now on the inhale, roll back up into all fours. Stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, and then bring your knees underneath your hips. So press down into the webbing between the thumb and your forefinger. On the inhale, drape a soft belly down towards the ground. Lift your tailbone, lift your chin. Let your heart press between your upper arm bones. And then exhale, reverse the movement. Dome out your upper back, navel to your spine. And then inhale, roll it back through. Find a sway to your low back. And then exhale, reverse it, navel to your spine. Tuck your tail, separate your shoulder blades to the best of your ability. And then inhale, one last round. And exhale, reverse it. Now begin to sway your hips around. Find a circular pattern so that you move into your hips, your shoulders, your wrists, your elbows. And then go in the opposite direction. Y'all hear my knees cracking. And then when you're ready, right back here into all fours, stack your joints. Pull your navel in and up towards your spine. So we talk about this frequently. There's this soft, subtle energy between your navel and your pubic bone. So ideally, you're taking that soft skin and you're trying to pull it back. So it's pulling away from your waistband, right? It's not actually going to create space, but that's kind of what we're looking for to give stability to the pelvic girdle as well as your low back, right? All that stuff. So on your inhale, lift your right leg up to hip height. Dial your right pinky toe down. On the exhale, take your right leg out to the side body, leave it at hip height, and then place your right foot down on the ground. All 5 toes point forward. Press your right palm down. Inhale, lengthen your left arm high. And then exhale, thread the needle. Left arm underneath the right. Come down to your left shoulder, your ear, your temple. Now your right arm can stay right here. It can reach forward. It can wrap around the small of your back in a half bind with your right fingertips looking for your left hip crease. So we did this last week, but more towards the end of class, right? So know that it's going to feel different at the beginning when you're not as warm. And then release your right hand back down in front of your face. Inhale to float your left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, bring your left hand down. Shift your hips back towards your left heel for your funky child's pose and reach your arms forward. Let your forehead come down. Relax your shoulders from your ears. And then press actively into the outer edge of your right foot so you get that stretch around the ankle. And then exhale completely here. On the inhale, shift back forward. Stack your shoulders over your wrist, your hips over your left knee. Float your right leg up and back. And then exhale, bend your right knee. Stack your hip, yawn it open. Circle it out if you'd like. Now remember here, this entire practice is a breathing practice. So as you breathe in, you know you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, you know you're breathing out. Now re-extend your right leg on the inhale. Make sure the belly's pulled in and up. And then exhale, dome out your upper back. Tuck your knee in towards your chin, your chest, your nose. And then step your right foot forward. Slide your left knee back. So the right knee is a 90-degree bend. The left hip thigh knee is a diagonal, right? Now press down through the big toe ball mound of your right foot. And then inhale, bring your shoulders up over your hips, your arms up over your head, Salamba Anjaneyasana. And then stay for your exhale. Breathe here, gaze is just soft right out in front of you. Take an inhale, reach your fingertips a little bit higher, and then exhale, take your elbows back and down and lift your chest. Roll your shoulders back. Breathe in. And then reach your arms back up overhead. On the exhale, frame your front foot with your hands. Let your left hand stay down, and then on the inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Stack your right shoulder on top of the left. Good. Gaze could follow your right thumb. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, bring your right hand down. Shift your hips back, and then lengthen through your right leg. Pull your right hip back, your left hip forward. And think of your clavicles moving towards your right ankle. And then the more your navel slides towards your right thigh bone, the more the right hip pulls back, the left hip forward. And y'all, it's okay to massage your own body, right? To like create heat, to remove adhesions in your fascia, your tissue, all that stuff. So if you're kind of sitting through something and you feel like it might be stuck, move it, right? That goes for everything. Move it. Stuck is only where you choose to be, right? On your inhale, walk yourself forward. Curl up your back toes. Lift your back knee. On the exhale, it's a giant step forward. Left foot meets the right at the top of your mat. Go ahead and heel toe your feet about hip width distance apart. And then with the inhale, slide your fingertips up towards your shins. Take the crown of your head forward, your tailbone back, and then pull your belly in and up for a moment. So you might even take your fingertips kind of towards your rib cage and just notice if you're drawing in and up. And then with the exhale, let it come back down. Let your head hang. Grab opposite elbows, and you can sway side to side. Relax your shoulders from your ears. And then let your hands come back down. Loop peace fingers around your big toes. So you might bend your knees a lot, right? And it's all good. Loop peace fingers around your big toes. Inhale, straighten through your elbows, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, bend your elbows, pull your chest to your thighs, let your head hang down again. Breathe. And let your hands release from your feet. On the inhale, roll yourself all the way up to standing. Take your time. Shoulders back and down. And then inhale, reach your arms out and up. On the exhale, elbows back and down, lift your chest. And then inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold, Uttanasana, let your head hang down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Take it again, fingertips to your shins, crown forward, tail back. And then really feel your tailbone reach towards the back of your mat and your collarbones broaden. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, bring it back down. Slide your hands to the earth and then step your feet back. Go ahead and bring your knees down to the ground. This is your inhale. On the exhale, let your bottom press up. Your chest drops in between your thumbs and your chin comes forward. Hug your elbows in. So knees, chest, chin. This is Ashtangasana. And then inhale, slide yourself through. Pubic bone and toenails to the ground. Roll your hips side to side for a moment. And then roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. And exhale to child's pose, hips to your heels. I'm going to bring my thighs all the way together and rest my torso on top of my legs. On your inhale, press back up into all fours. Stay right here for your exhale. Inhale, drape a soft belly down towards the ground. Lift your chin, lift your tail. And then exhale, reverse it. Just one. Inhale back into your neutral spine. Lift your left leg up to hip height. And then exhale, take your left leg out to the side body. Let your left foot come down. All 5 toes points forward. Left hand stays rooted. Inhale, reach your right arm high. And then exhale, thread the needle. Right arm underneath the left. Right fingertips look for your left big toe. It's okay if they don't catch it. And then your left hand either stays right in front of your face, reaches forward, wraps around the small of your back and your half bind, working your left shoulder over on top of the right. Don't push or pull. Let whatever's going to happen naturally. And then you slowly release your left hand back down to the ground. Inhale, press your left palm down. Reach your right arm up. And then exhale, bring your right hand down. Inhale, float your left leg up and back. And then exhale, bend your left knee, stack your hip, open it up. Send your left heel towards your right glute, but watch your left shoulder. And then start to circle it out. And when you're ready, inhale, lengthen your left leg. On the exhale, dome out your upper back. Pull your knee in towards your chin, your chest, your nose. Make space, and then step your left foot forward. Slide your right knee back. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another so that you have some stability and balance. And then inhale, bring your shoulders up over your hips. Take your arms up over your head. Salamba Anjaneyasana, your supported crescent lunge. Stay for the exhale. Pull the pit of your belly back. Now with your inhale, reach your fingertips a little bit higher. On the exhale, take your elbows back and down. Open up through your chest. And then inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, frame your front foot with your hands. Now your right hand stays down. Inhale, left arm reaches to the sky. Stack your left shoulder on top of the right. Now watch your left knee, your left shin. It has a tendency to splay out to the left. But by using your inner thighs and your IT band, all that stuff, you pull your left knee back on top of the shin. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, left hand down. Shift your hips back. Ardha Hanumanasana, your half split. Flex your toes back towards your shin and pull your heart forward. Extend your tailbone towards the back of your mat. Now on your next inhale, walk yourself forward. Curl up your back toes. Lift your back knee. And on the exhale, giant step forward. Your right foot meets the left at the top of your mat. Nice and easy. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, fold yourself down. Now heel toe your feet out again about hip width distance apart. You have options here. You can take another ragdoll and just hang. You can loop peace fingers around your big toes if you like that. If you want to go with me to gorilla, then lift your feet, slide your hands underneath them, palm of your hand to sole of your foot. And then on the inhale, lengthen your spine, take your crown forward, straighten through your elbows. And then exhale, bend your elbows, take your ribs to your thighs, let your head hang down. Now slide your hands out from underneath your feet. And on the inhale, lengthen your spine. And on the exhale, heel toe your feet together or leave them hip width distance apart. Forward fold, let your head go. On the inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips low, and reach your arms high. To your chair pose, Utkatasana. Stick your bottom back and down. Pit of the belly back. Toes are light. And lift your chest. So you're using your abdominals, right? Take an inhale here. And then exhale, elbows back and down. Lift your chest. Stay for your inhale. And then exhale, bind up your hands. So Baddha Hasta, interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. On the inhale, puff up your chest. And then exhale, hinge at your hips. Let your head hang. Work your fist up and over. Breathe in. And maybe it's an open mouth exhale, sigh it out. Now let your hands come down to the ground. And on the inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bring your hands down, step your feet back. Option to bring your knees down or to stay lifted in your high plank. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, knees to the ground. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend your elbows, come all the way down. Roll out the neck if you need to, look side to side. And then inhale, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. And then exhale, hips to your heels, Balasana, child's pose, just to rest it out for a breath or two. And then inhale, lift back up into all fours. This time on the exhale, curl up your toes, press your palms down, and lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Create your inverted letter V. Chest in towards your thighs. Press down into the webbing between your thumb and your forefinger. And let your head hang down. Now on the inhale, take a soft bend to your knees, gaze forward. On the exhale, as many steps as you need, walk your feet to your hands. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up to standing, arms up, look up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold, let your head go. Inhale, lengthen halfway. The chaturangas are all going to be optional. I'm not even going to cue them. On the exhale, hands down, step your feet back, hold for your high plank, and then exhale, lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog, breathe. We're going to do two more just like that. Inhale, roll to the balls of your feet, gaze forward, and then exhale as many or as few steps as you need. Take your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold yourself down. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, chest to your thighs, let your head go. Inhale, tabletop your back. And then exhale, step it back, high plank. Hold for an inhale. And then exhale, use your hips, use your core, your thighs to lift you up to your inverted letter V. Let your head go. Last round. Inhale, soften the knees. Exhale, feet to your hands. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, the crown falls down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale, crown forward, tail back, belly up. Exhale, hands down, step it back. Hold for your inhale. And then exhale, lift your hips high. Come down onto your hands and your knees. And then option 2, take a child's pose. Or if you want to follow me, I'm going to go into a hero's pose, but I'm going to go into supported heroes. So 2 ways to do supported heroes. Bring your feet together and sit back on your heels. If you want something different, you can separate your heels, drop a block in between them, and come back. If you're here and you're still not feeling very much on the quads, which is ideally where this would be, then you will, let me slide this blanket out from underneath me, take your feet apart. And I have to always start with the supported variations because sometimes just traditional heroes doesn't feel good to me. And then if it feels all right, you drop your bottom in between your heels. If at any point you feel something at the insertion points, like up here above your kneecaps, you got to bail, right? Discomfort is a sign of growth. Pain is a sign of something is not right. So get uncomfortable, but don't sit with pain. Don't sit in it. And then maybe you come down to your forearms. Keep breathing. Relax your brows and your jaw. And if you came down any lower, you're going to press your elbows, your forearms down, come onto the hands. I rock myself forward. Then once I'm on hands and knees, lift the feet and roll out the ankles. Awesome, y'all. Breathing here. And then when you're ready, we downward facing dog. Take your time. Lift your hips up and back. Find your inverted letter V. And on the inhale, float your right leg all the way up. Don't overthink it, y'all. And then on the exhale, bend your right knee, stack your hip. We were here earlier. Watch your right shoulder though. And then inhale, just re-lengthen your right leg. Point your right hip and your toes back down. On the exhale, hug your knee in towards your chin, your chest, your nose. Shift forward, make contact, and then slowly step your right foot to your right thumb. Your left heel is going to go flat, all right? Now press down into the big toe ball mound of your right foot. On the inhale, bring your shoulders over your hips, your arms up over your head. So Virabhadrasana A, it's your warrior one. Just kick it here for a second. Now, y'all, you can make this as gentle as you want. So this is the flow that's designed for just opening and some fluid movement. If you need it even more gentle, you just don't take any of the options. You kick it where you are, right? So if this feels good and this is already kind of challenging, I want you to stay here. If you're like, man, I need to open up a little bit more, exhale, take your elbows back and down. Now from here, bind up your hands again. Now, y'all, if balance is an issue, it's all good. This might get wobbly. On the inhale, puff up your chest. Let your fist slide down the sacrum. You have the option to stay right here lifted. Remember that. On the exhale, you could shift forward at your right hip, tuck your chin, and let your fist work its way up and over towards the top of your mat. So it's a humbly bowing warrior. Working into the shoulders, the hips, the spine. Now take an inhale. On the exhale, just let your hands come down to the inside of your right foot and then heel toe your right foot over. Parallel your back toes and come down to your back knee for just a moment. Find this lizard lunge. Feel it out. It's all good. You could roll to the outer edge of your right foot. You could gaze over your right shoulder. I don't know. Move through your body. Listen to the feedback that you get. Over time, our bodies get sticky, and they're not supposed to be, right? It's not supposed to be that way. So if you feel sticky, get curious about why. And if it's because you're always moving in the same way, stop doing that. All right, y'all. Slowly come back and just find a neutral. I'm going to have you heel toe your right foot to the center of your mat. Curl up your back toes. Lift your back knee. Now, this is going to be a big lift, okay? Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another, even though they're not actually touching. And then crescent lunge. Reach your arms up overhead. Breathe. Now, y'all, you have the option to just go ahead and step your left foot forward and Go from there, which I'll talk you through. If you want to move into a standing balance transition from here, you're going to squeeze at the base of your pubic bone, draw your energy inward and upward. Press down through all four corners and the sixth toe on the outside of your right foot. Create a balance, pada bandha, your foot energy lock. Take an inhale. Exhale all of the weight to your right foot, or just step forward into standing. I don't care. We're all going to meet in single leg Tadasana, lifting your left leg to a 90-degree bend. So you could have done just this, standing forward and then lift, or you come straight through. At the end of the day, the truth is one, the paths are many. Pick one. Take an inhale. On the exhale, cross your left ankle over your right knee. If balance is a challenge, find a wall. It doesn't matter. You're home. Figure it out. Stick your tailbone back. If you have your blocks, I will say this is going to cause more of an opening for the hip, but it takes the balancing aspect out if you can bring your hands down to your blocks. But if that's way too much for your hip and you still need some balancing assistance, post up next to a wall. You're here for like 5 breaths, so find your space and use it. You're more than welcome to just bring your hands to heart center, right? Relax your brows and your jaw. Take one more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Now with your inhale, come back into that single leg Tadasana. I know it's a lot. Lift your left knee. It's okay if you wobble. It's okay if it doesn't happen. But on the exhale, hinge forward. Press your left foot back. I want you to feel where your left glute and your hamstring connect and how you can use that to lift your left leg. If you want to go supported warrior 3, bring your hands back down to your blocks. You look like a capital letter T. The crown of your head is reaching. Your chin is neutral, so you're not creaking your neck. I forget that one a lot. Take one more inhale. So you're strengthening and stretching your right leg all at the same time. On the exhale, soft bend to your right knee. Reach your left foot back. And then inhale, windmill open warrior 2. Gaze to your right fingertips, and then exhale, just soften down into it. Beautiful, y'all. Inhale, flip your right palm, reverse your warrior, stretch through your right side body for a moment. Stay for the exhale. And on the inhale, come back into your warrior 2. Exhale, straighten your right leg. I'm going to bring my left foot in slightly, and then inhale, bump your left hip back. Reach your right hand forward, but try to keep your lateral ribs on top of your right thigh. Your right hand comes down, your left arm reaches to the sky. Utthita Trikonasana, and your gaze goes to your left hand. You do have the option, you have your blocks already right here, to press your right hand down into a block. Those of you with the Ashtanga variation, if you want to loop peace fingers around your right big toe, but pull your right big toe back up. Perfect, y'all. Now softly release. On the inhale, rebend your right knee. Gaze back to your right fingertips. Exhale, windmill your hands down to the inside of your right foot. Parallel your left toes. Soften your left knee down. Now your left hand's going to stay down. Inhale, reach your right arm to the sky. On the exhale, reach your right fingertips towards the back of your mat. So get that stretch on the front of your right shoulder. You have the option to stay right here or to lift your left heel towards your left glute. You're going to get the left quad stretch, whether your hand catches the foot or not. If the hand is there, go ahead and grab it. Maybe you draw your heel all the way in towards the glute. It's a very deep stretch, so don't overdo it. Take one more inhale. It's a very soft release as you exhale. Heel toe your right foot to the center of your mat. Curl up your left toes. Lift your left knee. And then step your right foot to the back of your mat. Option to go through your chaturanga or lift up into downward facing dog. You do you. Breathe. All right, second side. Inhale, lift your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend your left knee. Open up your hip, watch your left shoulder. Inhale, re-lengthen your left leg. And then exhale, bring your knee towards your chin, your chest, your nose. And then step it all the way through. Right heel goes flat. Inhale, bring your shoulders over your hips, your arms up over your head. Stay for the exhale. Virabhadrasana A, Warrior One. It's okay if you're a little fatigued. Arms up overhead. Remember, this could be a part where you stay right here. You don't have to do any of the extra. If you want it, you inhale, reach your fingertips higher. Exhale, take your elbows back and down. Inhale, bind up your hands. Puff up your chest. You can also stay right here. If you want it, on the exhale, hinge forward. Let the crown of your head reach down towards the inner arch of your left foot while your fist works its way up and over. And continue to pull your left hip back, right hip forward. Stretch. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, just bring your hands down to the inside of your left foot. Heel toe your left foot over. Come to the ball mound of your right foot. Soften your right knee down. Just be here. You have the option to roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Same thing. Find those movements. Stretch everything out. All right, y'all. Come back into something neutral. Heel toe your left foot towards the center of your mat. Curl up your back toes. Lift your back knee. Now imagine you're scissoring your inner thighs towards one another. They're not actually touching. That's going to help you with balance. Squeeze at the base of your pubic bone, right? So Mula Bandha. On the inhale, bring your shoulders up over your hips and your arms up over your head. Stay right here for your exhale. You simply can step the right foot forward to just standing at the top of your mat, or you can come into the single leg version, right? You do your thing. Press down into the four corners of your left foot. Inhale here. Exhale all the way perhaps to your left leg. Straighten it. Lift your right knee to a 90-degree bend. So you're strengthening your right hip flexor, your left ankle here. Take an inhale. And then exhale, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Stick your bottom back and down. Options to bring the hands to the ground or to your blocks. Those of you that want to post up to the wall, go for it. Try to flare your tailbone back, but also flex through your right foot to support your kneecap. Now when you're ready, press your left foot back down. Inhale, come back into your single leg Tadasana. Exhale, warrior three. Press your right leg back, flex through your right foot. Use everything to lift, and then your hands can come down to the ground or to your blocks for supported warrior three. It doesn't matter, y'all. Lengthen through your spine. Your chin is neutral, so the back of your neck is long. No creases. Press your right leg back. Take an inhale. And then soft bend to your left knee as you exhale. Drop your right foot to the back of your mat. Inhale, windmill open, warrior two, left side. And drop down. Gaze your drishti over your left fingertips. Inhale, flip your left palm, reverse your warrior. Stay for the exhale. And then come back into your warrior two, straighten through your left leg, and then bump your right foot in slightly. Inhale, bump your right hip back, reach your left fingertips forward, and then exhale, bring your left hand down. Drishti, gaze point to your right hand if it's available. And then slowly come back into your warrior two. And then windmill your hands down to the inside of your left foot. Parallel your back toes. And soften your back knee down. On the inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. Option to just stay right here. And then exhale, reach your left arm back. Stay right here. Or bend your right knee. Draw your heel in towards your glute. You don't have to catch the foot. If it's there, go for it. And then you have that option to move full on into crooked monkey variation, whatever. You could also draw your heel all the way in towards your glute. And then slowly release. Let your left hand come down. Heel toe your left foot to center. Curl up your back toes, lift your back knee. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. And come down to the knee. Grab your block. Slide it in between. Well, you know what? Let's drop them to the, go ahead and grab both. Might change my mind here. Bring your shoulders over your hips. And then slide blocks outside or to the inside of your ankle. It's going to be kind of like how you, whatever you're feeling. So there for camel pose, which I'm sure if you've been practicing with me for a while, you know, I don't teach very often. And it's because back bends challenge me a lot. So here we go, Friday. Draw the soft space back again, right? So you've got to support your lumbar spine. It's not about your low back arching. It's not about your low back bending. It's about your middle and your upper thoracic spine. So the idea is that your navel pulls up and away from the top of your pubic bone, the sternum up and away from your navel, so that you lengthen and pull up and out of the low back as you arch, right? The hips will press slightly forward. Ideally, we keep them in a line, thighs to knees, all that good stuff. But you do have to have a deep opening through the fronts of your hips and your quads. So let's feel all of that out. And don't overthink it, right? It's all good. It's all good. But pull your belly in without overdoing the abdominal contraction, because this actually is about front body stretching and back body strengthening. So when you're ready, hands can come to heart center. And then options are to bring your hands down towards the blocks one at a time. Gently press your hips forward. If you don't want the blocks or you need to come a little bit lower, your hands can always come down to your heels. You can also tuck your toes just like we did at the beginning of class so that the heels are a little bit higher. So you do what you need. Take your camel. And then child's pose when you're ready. Bring your knees, your inner thighs together. Drape your torso on top of your legs. Let your forehead come down. And then on your inhale, shift back into all four. And then just on your exhale, bring your right knee forward for your half pigeon. You do have the option to come onto your back and take a recline pigeon. Your right knee and shin can be up to parallel with the top of your mat or anywhere in between. Let your left hip wrap forward. Pull your chest forward and then melt all the way down. Your arms can reach forward, out, or back. It's really up to you. All right, y'all, whenever you're ready, slide your hands back. Let's not overthink it today. Yeah, just roll over to the right. Swim your left leg in front of you. Let's just switch sides. If you're on your back, just switch sides. If you're taking traditional, wrap your right hip forward. Your left shin is up to parallel with the top of your mat or anywhere in between, right? There's no pain, no pain. And then you pull your heart forward and come down. Oh. And then notice where you started to kind of brace for impact, right? If you started to tense up, that does not serve you. So soften it back down. Soften it back down. And start to slide your hands back. Inhale to lift your chest and just roll slightly over to the left so that you can bring both legs out in front of you. And then scooch forward. Find a C curve to your spine and just roll down one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. On the inhale, open your arms out to a T. And on the exhale, drop your knees to the right and turn your gaze to the left just for a brief spinal twist. Get it all out. And then inhale, come right back through center. And on the exhale, drop your knees to the left. And on your next inhale, slowly come back through center. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Bring your forehead up to your knees. Take a deep inhale. And then on the exhale, extend your legs forward and just let your feet hang comfortably open. And move into your Shavasana. Your arms come down by the side body, palms face up. Unless there's something else that feels better to you that just resonates more, in which case do that. And let the bottom side of your body feel rooted, it's heavy, weighted. While at the same time, the top side of your body is light, it's weightless, it's floating. And rest and enjoy. Now, if you need to be here longer, you're going to tune me out and stay right where you are. Otherwise, begin to deepen your breath and to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And on your inhale, float your arms up overhead. Find a full body stretch. And on the exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shin. You're going to roll over to the right, and then we'll all meet in our comfortable, easy sit, our Sukhasana, shoulders over the hips, hearts high. And then your hands can rest on your knees and your lap, or draw them together in Anjali Mudra at heart center. And just take that moment here to be grateful for your body, for what it does for you today, to be hopeful for tomorrow. Thank you for stepping on your mat whenever it is that you do this. And namaste.